You're welcome to another edition of Import-Export Platform Facebook Live from 3Team Pursuit Academy. My name is Dele Ayimibo. We continue from where we stopped on Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Today we are moving on to another region of Nigeria. And the region of Nigeria we are moving on to is called the Northwest. We are still discussing minerals, by the way. Northwestern states. And we are discussing the minerals. We are looking at the northwestern state, and we are discussing mineral export. Mineral export in the northwestern states of Nigeria. Mineral export in the northwestern state. As a matter of fact, we are looking at the potential of the mineral export, because as it is, we have not really started working on that. Which is most unfortunate, and mainly because of the fact that our state governors have not taken responsibility to do what they need to do. And you know, like I said yesterday, that if there is one area or sector of Nigeria that have huge potential to be billionaires as a government, is the northern state of Nigeria. But if there is one area in Nigeria and sector of Nigeria that is highly impoverished, so impoverished that the people are so poor, a lot of children out of school, so many issues, is also the northern part of Nigeria. Someone said everything rise and fall on leadership. 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 The leadership in the northern part of Nigeria have not done well for their people. They've not done well for their people. Let's hope that the new government will do. I am not optimistic. But you know what? We can't keep quiet. We must keep talking and let the information go around. Maybe it will get to the right quarter, and we are going to one day get across to the right people who will do the right thing. What at least they can say today, they don't know what to do. If you are looking for what to do to generate income, if you are looking for what to do to create job for your people without just dashing money to people, you know what some politicians do? They just dash money. I was talking to a guy yesterday. The guy used to be a politician in a southwestern state before he decided to take his life more serious. He was a political thug, actually. And he said at the end of the month, they go to local government to collect money every month. So there is money they pay them for doing nothing. No wonder they can die for the government. Even if the government is doing anything bad, they can die for it. Because they are doing nothing, but at the end of the month, he goes to the local government to collect money in a southwestern state. That is what we are using to breed unemployment. How will someone that finished school, knowing that his friend, without doing anything, go just because he supports a political party, and as a political thug, he goes to a particular local government every month to collect money? How do you want people to want to go to school? No, tell me. Why will you want to go to school? What will you go and do in school in the first place? What is the incentive of going to school in the first place? If people that never go to school have those opportunities and advantages, what is the incentive of going to the school in the first place if people that never went to school have such advantages? Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian states have just built a system that have made its people remain poor. Because in the poverty lies their own relevance. In the poverty of the people lies the politician relevance. So the politicians are happy to keep the people poor, but unfortunately for them, they have not written their name in gold. They will be forgotten very soon. They also have a limited time, maximum 8 years. Someone else will have to replace you. And if the person is doing better than you, everybody will forget you were ever governor of the state. They might have your picture somewhere in the archive that you were governor at some point, but you know that nobody really respects you because you never added value to the state. You know, I wonder why our people are not thinking more of legacy than luxury. Why are our politicians not thinking more of legacy than luxury? They prefer to live in luxury than to live a legacy. Nigerian politicians prefer to live in luxury than to live a legacy. It's a very, very, very bad way to think. It just shows how shallow some of them are. Very shallow. Only thinking about themselves. You know, as a Christian, I love the scripture a lot. I love the scripture because the scripture helped me to be able to think aright. I don't see the scripture as a religious book. I see it as manual for life. I see it as manual for life. So, the great master says, man shall not live by bread alone. The great teacher says, labor not for the meat that perisheth. Basically telling you that there are more things to think of in this world. There are more things to strive for. There are more important things to live for. You shouldn't live for what to eat, what to drink, what to acquire and amass for someone to come and enjoy tomorrow. How much are you going to even spend here in the first place? In another 80 years max, 90 years, you're gone. So, but what you are enjoying today, some people worked on it and created it for you. The chair you are sitting on right now was created by someone. The phone you are using or the laptop you are using to listen to it was created by someone. The technology of telecommunication was created by someone. Everybody came into this world to create something for others before they go and make the world a better place for others. That is how to use life. Life is not supposed to be used to amass wealth that you are going to live here and go. You know, I see some people on social media, especially these entertainers, they believe what's life without money. Because as far as they are concerned, it's about what they amass, not about the quality of life. It's about the fact that you have a house that you are going to live here for someone else to inherit. It's about you have a car that is going to get old and throw away. It's about you have a material thing that are so useless that you met here and you're going to live here. I don't know why people just don't think. How can someone have opportunity to affect the life of millions of people? All they want to do is to amass wealth for themselves. They do not think of legacy. They only think of luxury. Mandela died, and tens of leaders all over the world, probably hundreds of leaders, converged in South Africa for that one man. He lived a life of legacy. He lived a life of significance. He was not a billionaire, but billionaire respected. Today they have in America what they call the Mandela Fellowship Program. Everybody wants to identify with that name. Why? The way he lived his life. He lived his life sacrificing for his people. After 4 years of being president, they told him to the second time, say, what does he want to use it for? What does he want to use it for? What's the use? That is a man that knows how to use life. Many don't know how to use life. Many governors have a unique opportunity to write their name in gold. They have a unique opportunity to affect billions of lives, to affect millions of lives, to leave a legacy that everything you see in the state today, you will say, Awolowo did this, Awolowo did this, Awolowo. We are still saying that the cocoa we are harvesting today, the cashew, the Awolowo, it was Awolowo's work. Free education, so many things. First television, first university, first this, first that. He's dead, long gone. Is it 1988 or 89 when the Awolowo died? Today we are still talking about him. I don't know how our politician does not think. You just amass wealth, so much wealth that you amass, and you think that's what your life is about? Please, can you share it with our politicians that they have a unique opportunity to better the life of their citizens? They should not waste it. They should not waste it. Some of them are not even qualified to be in that position. So in my opinion, they were privileged to be in that position. Some of them were not qualified to be in that position. They were privileged. So don't destroy that privilege, young man, young woman. Don't destroy that privilege. You will not be there for life. The constitution guarantees only 8 years for you. You will leave the place. What are we going to be? Are they going to be abusing you when you are gone? Or they are going to be referencing all the good things you did? There are some people today, they will always forever be grateful for Awolowo because Awolowo brought free education that made them to be who they are today. Else they will have died a pauper in the village without education. And then we have opportunity to give free education. The money that should have been used to give that education, someone used to amass wealth, and there are millions of Nigerian children on the street out of school children. A governor will be in the northwestern state of Nigeria, and he will have huge opportunity like this, then he will not use it. He will not use it. He will not use it. Huge opportunity to make the world a better place. Huge opportunity to better the life of his people. But he will not use it. And you know, sometimes, some of these things are personal vendetta. You know, sometimes, and when you think about some people, you just be wondering that, you see that some people don't even know how to think. Personal vendetta against who? Personal vendetta against someone else they don't like in the state. And then, that will be the reason why they won't do what they're supposed to do. Personal vendetta. A local government neglected because you don't like someone in that local government who is doing something you don't like. Personal vendetta. As against leaving your name in gold. Everybody is talking about you and the good work you did as a governor. How does a northern state of Nigeria have such a huge opportunity, and then someone will be there for 4 years, for 8 years, and will not be able to do much? He can't increase any, but he can spend all the money that EFCC will be chasing him up and down when he has finished. I dare say Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian states have everything it needs to survive, to excel. Nigerian states just have bad handlers. Nigerian states just have bad handlers who have been handling the economy and be steering the wheel of the country in the wrong direction. Today I'm looking at northwestern states. Here I have before me Kaduna, Katsina, Kano, Kebbi, Sokoto, Jigawa, and Zamfara state. 7 states. This is the largest region in Nigeria, having 7 states. Largest region in Nigeria, having 7 states. The lowest region is the southeastern state, having 5 states. Most other regions have 6 states, but this region have 7 states. Kaduna, for example. Kaduna have Muscovite, granite, gold, gravite, clay, sand, and zircon sand, tin ore, gemstone, columbite, and manganese. El-Rufai is the governor of Kaduna State. I think El-Rufai is a very brilliant chap, very brilliant man. I mean, given to learning. I know that for a fact. I think he can do more than he's doing in Kaduna State. I don't know how much he's doing, but it's not in the news that Kaduna is generating income from export of solid minerals. I've not seen it in the news. I might be wrong. But I know, I've not seen it in the news, that Kaduna State is generating money. I have not seen it. I don't know if you have seen it in the news. I've not seen the news that Kaduna State is generating money from the export of minerals. I've not seen it. I might be wrong, but I know for a fact that Kaduna State have everything it needs to survive. Kaduna State have everything it needs to survive. Kaduna State have no reason to be poor. Kaduna State have no reason to be poor. Can we check the financials of Kaduna State? Can we check the financials of Kaduna State? Kaduna State income in 2018 was almost 100 billion. I must commend Kaduna State. Kaduna State is generating 1/3 of its income. So out of the almost 100 billion, Kaduna State generated about 1/3. But what is the debt profile of Kaduna State? Debt profile of Kaduna State. Kaduna State is owing over 200 billion naira. Kaduna State is owing over 200 billion naira. I think the debt is much. I think the debt is much. I think the debt is much. Of course, the state have money to be able to pay some of this debt because of how much it's making. But I think the state can do a lot better than this. In Nigeria, I think the state is doing well. But let's act as if the only thing we can is the only thing we want. Let's act as if the only thing we rely on is our IGR. Kaduna State, I must commend Kaduna State budget. Kaduna State budget is just about 50% more than their income. Look, out of all the budget I've been looking at, I've not checked all of them. I'm going to begin to check them one by one from next week. But I think Kaduna State has done well. When I see someone with a budget of 300%, 400%, 500%, 600%, I think it's unreasonable without any proper strategy to generate the income. Without any proper strategy to generate the income. I think that is unreasonable. Is it just putting budget together? Is it just submitting budget or to implement and do what you say you want to do? Because when you look at it, it's got a number of states, they just have budget. Useless budget, man. Very useless budget, man. Very useless. He's generating 50 billion. He wants to spend 200 billion next year. Out of the 50 billion he's generating, he's contributing just 10%, 5 billion. And I want to spend 200 billion next year. And there's no strategy. Tell me, this is my clear core plan and strategy to increase income. Say, no strategy. It's dependent on Buhari to provide money in Abuja, and that will be the basis for growing a state. I mean, let's do something to help our people now. Let's do something to help our people. I mean, the Nigeria deserve more than this from our politicians. They've entrusted you with this opportunity to drive the affair of the state. Then do something. Do something. Let's move on to another state. Let's move on to Katsina. That is the president state. Katsina. Katsina. What is the Katsina's income? Katsina's income is about 68 billion. Katsina is one of those states I'm complaining about. Katsina is earning 68 billion, have a debt, reasonable debt. Katsina's debt is reasonable. Under Katsina debt is, can you imagine? Katsina debt is less than 100 billion. One of the states with very low debt profile. But I have issue with the budget of Katsina State. Katsina State budget is times 3, 201 billion. Katsina State is making 60-something billion and I want to spend over 200 billion. No, now. No. This budget is a budget to impress. That should be Aminu Bello Masari. I hope he's still the one there. He was there the last time. I've not mastered all these governors. I will have to go and check the website of each state governor when I start discussing each state. And I will start tomorrow evening with Abia. I will do it alphabetically from beginning to the end. Proposing to the state, giving data and statistics of what the state can do, and our desktop research, what our desktop research has shown in terms of the capacity and potential of the Nigerian state. In terms of the capacity and potential of the Nigerian state. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian states have no reason to be poor. But Nigerian state has been impoverished by its governors. Nigerian state has been impoverished by its governors, by its ministers, by its commissioners, by its House of Rep, by its Senate, by its House of Assembly member. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. But Nigerian state is living in abject poverty and penury. Katsina state have what it needs to survive. Do you know that Katsina state has gold? Do you know that Katsina state has gold? Gold. That's Katsina state for you. Gold. If you check the market of gold in the world, the gold market in the world is $330 billion. The gold market in the world. Osun State have gold. Zamfara have gold. The market of gold in the world is $330 billion. Do you know what $330 billion is? $100 billion is 36 trillion naira. $300 billion is over 100 trillion naira. It's just amazing to me how much we can do, and we are not doing much about it. You know, I was talking to a politician yesterday evening. He's a politician in Lagos. And I said, look, you guys have opportunity to change lives. And I was looking at Lagos, telling that in Lagos, for example, you have coconut, you have vegetable, you have coconut, vegetable, and one other thing in Lagos that we can export. Aquaculture, fish farming. A state governor can export those products himself using a special mobile vehicle, but engage your people to produce for you. You know, I don't know why we are not using this model. State governor use his resources to look for buyer, form a strong alliance with companies abroad. Strong alliance. Register a company, even set up a business, an office abroad. Engage the people in your state to produce any product you want to export for you. Train them. Give them all the support. Monitor what they produce. They produce for you on credit. And you export it. Even finished product. A state can say, okay, because our state basically is a clay state, we want to process clay. So we have different clay processing factory in the state. Empowered by the government, giving loan to produce by the government. And government set up an SPV to be exporting those products for the government. And paying back to the people, creating job and generating revenue. Driven by export. Kindly share this thing with your friends, please. Share with your friends, share with your colleagues. You can never tell some people that will hear this. Maybe our governor can take a cue from some of the things we are talking about. Maybe they can take a cue from it. Please share with them, please. Share with them. You can never tell. You can never tell. You can never tell. You know, because a state that have a resources, whatever it is that state have, look for market abroad. Set up an SPV to drive the process. Empower your people to produce. State government buy off all the people. Buy it off. So we can have a whole state with many people producing similar products. Many people produce, and the state government buy everything off and export it. Creating wealth for the people, generating revenue for government. Creating wealth for the people, generating revenue for government. Creating wealth for the people, generating revenue for government. Why is it so difficult for that to happen? Why can't a state decide that we want to be producing mica? We want to be producing lead ore, zinc ore, processed into lead ingot, zinc ingot. We want to be producing different products, whatever it is, and begin to export these products. Nigerian state, I dare say, are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian state have only refused to do what it needs to do. Nigerian state have only refused to do what it needs to do. What is hindering Nigerian state from thriving? Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. The idea to grow is what Nigerian state lack. And what 3 People Academy has decided to do is to make the information available free of charge. So that we can know that no state in Nigeria, is it Kano State we want to talk about? Is it the clay in Kano State, laterite in Kano State, columbite, galena, kaolin, gemstone, tin ore, wolframite, graphite, beryl, amethyst gold? Is that what you are looking for in Kano? Is it in Katsina State that you have gold, manganese, feldspar, tourmaline, amethyst, quartz, kaolin, mica, gypsum, clay, uranium, asbestos, tourmaline, chromium, diamond? Is that what you are looking for? Is it Kaduna, Muscovite, graphite, gold, clay, tin ore? What are you looking for that you won't find in Nigerian state? What of Kebbi? Salt, iron, gold, feldspar, limestone, quartz, bauxite, manganese, kaolin. What are you looking for that you are not finding in Nigeria? Tell me. What are you looking for that you will not find? Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Nigerian states have only been able to have the right manager driving his affairs. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. What of Sokoto State? Silica, clay, salt, limestone, phosphate, gypsum, kaolin, potash, graphite. My state, my second state, Jigawa State, glass, granite, clay, silica, kaolin, iron, potash, tar, limestone. Zamfara State, gold, granite, lead ore, iron ore, feldspar, clay. These are all minerals available in Nigeria that Nigerian states have not been able to take advantage of. And I've come to say, and I'm shouting, Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. Share, share, share. See you in the evening as I round up the zone with Northeast and then start Abia State, state by state from tomorrow. See you in the evening. Bye for now and have a great day at work.